Tommy, I wanted to bring it in for a little screen of knowledge, and it's a little different. It's not Rapala Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing this time. We will get to that, but we want to lay out Neely Henry, a brand new stop on the Bassmaster Elite Series. A lot of changing conditions. We'll see anglers talk about high water and flooding up the river on this Coosa River body of water, and then we will see at some point this week anglers down on the lower end where the water looks like it's dry and it's been low for years. But to explain that a little bit, we have to look at the Coosa River and the conditions that lay out. The Weiss Lake generation schedule above Neely Henry. Weiss flows into Neely. Neely goes into Logan Martin. Weiss Lake, they're putting out 26,143 cubic feet per second from the generators, which they have active. All three generators are active since midnight, and they've been doing that every day of competition and practice, putting as much water through there. I think the max is around 29,000, so Weiss is almost shipping out as much water as they possibly can into Neely Henry, which is very narrow at the top of Neely. Now Neely Henry is dumping out 23,000 and change, which its max from that dam is about 24,000. So they're shipping about as much as they can get out of this body of water as well, and they plan to for the generation schedule all day long today. Now, why that's different and important, the water level is 503 feet right now, which is very low. If you look at this chart, this was the April and the late March floodings that happened when we were at Pickwick. It went from low and it went all the way up to this level, and it's been up here since then. But all of a sudden, with all this heavy rain, you'd think it'd stay high. Well, it has dropped out because the measurements taken at Neely are at the dam in that region and is very low at the bottom end of the lake. All that water has to get through the system, and we explained Minnesota Bend, and if you look at Neely Henry on a map, it flows down, and this little yellow line portion right here, about 650 feet across, is all that it is from the island in Minnesota Bend to the main shoreline where the bluff wall is. So you have thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons of water, millions of gallons of water coming down the Coosa River through Neely Henry, has to go through that tiny pinch point before it flows down through the bridges all the way to the bottom of the lake. And so it takes a while. It kind of hits that bluff wall, backs up, and kind of backflows up the lake before it finally gets down and flows through. So that is why the bottom of the lake right now is very low and the river portion is very high. So we are seeing two different bodies of water on this same Coosa River system this week. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. And Davey, I know